Welcome back to CBS This Morning, and only on CBS This Morning, we're hearing for the first time from a Utah boy who was subjected to a homophobic rant by his substitute teacher. The teacher, who was later fired, berated the fifth grader for being adopted by two men. Louis and Josh Amstel officially adopted 11-year-old Daniel just yesterday. And we sat down with the new family to discuss what happened in class last month. It was a controversy that started when the teacher asked the kids what they're thankful for.
I'm thankful for my dad and dad, my family, my dogs, and everybody that I live with now.
What makes them good dads?
They discipline me when I do bad things. They help me. They keep me out of trouble. And they give me sometimes what I want.
They love you too, I imagine.
Yeah.
Daniel Van Amstel has lived with Louis and Josh for 6 months. But when he mentioned his pending adoption at his elementary school outside Salt Lake City...
What happened?
The teacher insulted my family.
What did she do?
Well, she first said, why would you be happy you'd be adopted by them? And that's when one of the 3 kids, one's in my class, they stuck up for me and said, let's stop. But she kept going and she said, are you going to be gay?
Are you going to be?
And I have no idea.
What was it like to hear the teacher say that there's something wrong with them?
Honestly, I went red. I didn't like what she said.
What does that mean, you went red?
I was very mad. Because it's not nice to insult other families, even if you don't like them. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it.
If you could talk to that teacher now, what would you tell her?
I would tell her you should have made better choices in life.
Louis, what's it like for you hearing him talk about this incident?
Don't cry.
Too late.
Louis, who you may recognize from Dancing with the Stars, says Daniel's been through 5 foster families and 1 failed adoption, and was fearful this one could be in jeopardy too.
So he also became red at school because of, I don't want to get this teacher in trouble, because if I get in trouble, my parents will not adopt me. So he stayed quiet. The girls stood up for him.
He was just sitting there quietly answering the questions and looked really scared.
Classmates Demi and Sophie say they couldn't stay silent.
All of us were uncomfortable, and so I didn't want to be any longer in that situation, and so I just had to stop it.
Sophie tried to change the topic in class, and Demi went to the principal's office.
I mean, I was a bit scared to go in there, but after that, I knew I was doing the right thing.
The principal removed the teacher and called Josh.
Our child had been bullied by a superior, by somebody who was brought in from the school in order to teach these children 5th grade math, 5th grade, English. She's not there to teach semantics. She's not there to teach her personal religious views.
The staffing company she worked for apparently agreed. They fired her.
How do you feel about that?
I feel she could have done better. Even if she didn't like it, she didn't have to say that. But I'm glad she got her lesson taught. It's called karma, so.
We did not say any of this. This is him.
But it was Louis who took this conversation public when he shared the story on social media.
We are not letting this go.
All of this is happening against a backdrop in which the Trump administration is trying to make it acceptable and legal for religious organizations to say no to same-sex couples who want to adopt.
Looking just at this picture, would we be people that agree with that? No. Look at this young gentleman that would still be in the foster care if it were up to them. Is that what they want?
Have you had a chance to talk to the substitute?
No. We don't know her name. We don't know who she is. But I would love to have lunch with her and sit down.
Why not?
I do not like her. If I ever saw her again, I'd probably have a heart attack.
No, you won't. Why would she ever say what she said to him before she actually met us? If we're bad people and we steal, we do bad things, then she can have an opinion about that. But because we happened to be gay before she met us, I would love to have lunch with her.
What did this whole experience teach you about your family, about your school, about your community?
It doesn't matter what family you have. It just matters if you love them or not. And yes, I do love them.
Wow.
Gosh.
That's sweet.
Oh, my God. That's beyond sweet. Number one, Daniel is so wise beyond his years.
Yes, he is.
Demi and Sophie to come to his defense the way they did. And they all articulated how they felt so really genuinely and so smartly.
It's I love hearing about a heroic moment in a classroom when Demi and Sophie, see that Daniel is struggling and take it upon themselves to change the conversation. And it's very brave.
Yeah, and Louis and Josh, the fathers, they say...
Yeah, let's talk about them, too. Yeah, they're also great.
Well, I mean, they think that this teacher was acting out of a religious intolerance, but what they want to point out is that that's one person, and it's not the whole religion, it's not the whole religious community, and in fact, the little girls who came to Daniel's aid, also part of a religious community, but they made a distinction themselves.
Yes.
I mean, it shows you that family comes in all shapes and forms. And to hear, too, Tony, that he'd been to several foster homes.
Oh, I know. And that's why he was afraid he was in trouble, and now there might be trouble. And Louis and Josh are hoping for more.
A moment like that,
all of you guys.
A moment like that in school can be so damaging. It's so fortunate that they made the best of it.
Yeah, a positive story in the end.
Yeah.